How did the Argentina-England match prove Barcelona's vision for Julian Alvarez was correct? Scaloni praises Messi's performance, saying he played as if he were in his own backyard. The most beautiful final in the world. How did the Spanish press react to Argentina's victory? Pep Guardiola's thoughts on Messi against England and the Argentina-Spain final. Before the video starts, don't forget to share your prediction for the upcoming World Cup final in the comments. And if you're a fan of Lionel Messi, be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video. The Argentina-England semifinal at the 2026 World Cup once again highlighted the importance of Julian Alvarez. Although he didn't score or register an assist, his tactical discipline, relentless work rate, and physical intensity drew widespread praise from analysts and fans alike. His performance immediately pushed his name back into the spotlight ahead of the summer transfer window, with several of Europe's biggest clubs reportedly monitoring his situation closely. Among them, Barcelona remains one of the clubs most interested. The Catalan giants see Alvarez as a player capable of strengthening their attack, thanks to his versatility, intelligence, and ability to perform multiple roles across the front line. It appears the race for his signature is only beginning, and the coming weeks could become decisive. According to reports surrounding Barcelona, both head coach Hansi Flick and sporting director Deco were highly impressed by the demanding physical level Alvarez maintained throughout more than 100 minutes against England. They reportedly view him as an ideal forward for the team's future. What stood out wasn't simply his presence inside the penalty area. Alvarez constantly dropped deep to help the midfield, tracked back defensively, pressed aggressively, and created balance that allowed captain Lionel Messi greater tactical freedom higher up the pitch. Barcelona understands that completing such a transfer will be extremely difficult, especially with strong competition from Premier League clubs, including Arsenal, which is also working hard to convince the Argentine forward. Will Barcelona succeed in signing Julian Alvarez this summer? The answer may come shortly after the World Cup concludes. Barcelona hopes the player's desire for a new challenge could work in its favor and help the club secure one of the most sought-after attackers on the market. Scaloni praises Messi's performance. Following Argentina's dramatic 2-1 victory over England in Atlanta to reach another World Cup final, head coach Lionel Scaloni couldn't hide his admiration for both his squad and his captain. "This group never stops surprising me," Scaloni said after the match. Looking ahead to Sunday's final against Spain, where Argentina will attempt to defend the world title won in Qatar in 2022, Scaloni remained focused. "We'll try to win. We'll give everything we have. After that, football becomes extremely difficult." He continued by praising the commitment shown by every player throughout the tournament. "What these players are delivering is amazing." Scaloni also spoke emotionally about the support from Argentine supporters. "We're truly unique, and this isn't arrogance. I say it from the bottom of my heart. These people carried us to victory today." During the post-match press conference, he emphasized the fighting spirit that defines his team. Football isn't just tactics, strategy, or beautiful play. Football is everything combined into these moments. When we scored the goal to make it 2-1, we had to fight until the very end, and that's exactly what we did. "It's everything football taught us when we were children." He added, "They play as if they were 7 or 8 years old. They don't think, 'What if I miss?' or 'What if we're eliminated?' They simply think about playing football the way they've always loved to play." Finally, Scaloni highlighted the influence of his captain. During the final 15, 20, even 25 minutes, whenever he had the opportunity, Messi demanded the ball. And then Messi started playing as if he were in his own backyard. Speaking about the upcoming showdown against Spain, Scaloni concluded, "Everyone knows how Spain plays and what their style is. It will certainly be a wonderful match. The most beautiful final in the world." How did the Spanish press react to Argentina's victory? The qualification of both Spain and Argentina for the 2026 FIFA World Cup final sparked excitement throughout the international media. Many outlets described the upcoming showdown between the champions of Europe and South America as one of the most anticipated World Cup finals in recent history. After overcoming difficult opponents on their road to the final, Argentina now has the opportunity to win a fourth World Cup title, while Spain is chasing its second. Following Spain's victory over France and Argentina's dramatic win against England, Spanish newspapers agreed that the final represents the ideal scenario football fans had hoped for. With global stars such as Lionel Messi and Lamine Yamal expected to share the biggest stage in football, the match carries enormous sporting and historical significance. The Dream Final, a meeting with history. Spanish newspaper Marca described the upcoming match as the most beautiful final in the world, arguing that Spain and Argentina bring together two teams filled with quality, personality, and ambition in a final worthy of the World Cup itself. Meanwhile, AS called it the Dream Final, saying supporters will witness a clash between two of the strongest national teams in world football, combining different footballing philosophies with the same objective of becoming world champions. In Catalonia, however, the coverage carried a much more emotional tone because of the unique connection between former Barcelona legend Lionel Messi and current Barcelona sensation Lamine Yamal. The Catalan newspaper Sport published the headline, "A final against Messi. Unbelievable." The article referenced the famous photograph taken nearly 2 decades ago showing Messi holding baby Lamine Yamal, a moment that has since become one of football's most remarkable symbols across generations. Mundo Deportivo described the match as a giant clash, emphasizing that Messi has once again guided Argentina into the World Cup final and now has the opportunity to defend the trophy he won in 2022, this time against Spain. The Immortals. In France, sports newspaper L'Equipe focused less on tactics and more on Argentina's remarkable resilience. Its front-page headline was simple but powerful. The Immortals. The publication praised Argentina's ability to survive difficult moments and continue competing regardless of the circumstances. According to the newspaper, reaching a second consecutive World Cup final confirms that the reigning champions continue to operate at the very highest level of international football. Lautaro becomes the hero. Italian media, meanwhile, turned their attention toward Lautaro Martinez. The Argentine striker earned widespread praise after scoring the decisive goal that sent his country into another World Cup final. La Gazzetta dello Sport featured the headline, "Lautaro God." Alongside an emotional image of Martinez celebrating through tears, the newspaper described how the Inter Milan forward transformed himself from a squad player into a national hero by delivering one of the biggest goals of Argentina's campaign. Sky Sport Italia also praised Martinez, highlighting that his decisive header proved enough to book Argentina's place in the final and keep alive its dream of successfully defending the World Cup title. Pep Guardiola's comment on Messi against England and the Argentina-Spain final. Note, what follows is a dramatic, scripted, first-person monologue attributed to Pep Guardiola for storytelling purposes. It is not an actual quotation. He begins by saying that today he wants to approach the subject from an angle that may seem unusual. He won't begin with admiration. He'll begin with analysis. Because, in his view, the greatest way to appreciate what Messi produced against England is not simply to applaud it, but to understand it. Admiration is easy. Understanding is much harder. And understanding is ultimately more respectful of what everyone witnessed. Messi completed 9 successful dribbles and directly created 2 goals. He says those numbers deserve far more attention than they usually receive. From a purely tactical perspective, successful dribbling has become increasingly rare at the highest level of modern football. Defensive structures are more organized than ever before. Teams leave fewer spaces. Video analysis exposes every weakness. Every movement is studied. Every habit is known. So completing 9 successful dribbles in a World Cup knockout match isn't merely an individual statistic. It represents the ability to dismantle an entire defensive system almost single-handedly. England didn't enter that semi-final without preparation. Their defensive organization was carefully planned. Specific players had clear responsibilities. Their structure was designed with Messi in mind. Yet Messi made that preparation almost irrelevant. According to this interpretation, that is the difference between very good players and players who permanently change football history. Great players adapt to systems. Historic players force systems to adapt to them. The numbers Messi produced against England carry a significance that goes far beyond simple admiration. He now has 12 World Cup assists, the highest total recorded since official assist tracking began in 1966. To Guardiola, that statistic reveals something fundamental about Messi's nature as a footballer. Despite being one of the greatest goal scorers in history, Messi has never viewed the game as a collection of personal opportunities. He sees football as one connected system in which every teammate matters. That mindset is exceptionally rare. Many players blessed with extraordinary attacking talent eventually become consumed by individual achievements. Messi never did. He has always continued to look for the best option, even when he could have chosen himself. Another comparison fascinates Guardiola even more. Against England at the age of 39, Messi completed 9 successful dribbles. Remarkably, that is the same number he produced against Germany when he was 23 years old, 16 years earlier. That comparison raises an extraordinary question. How can a player maintain the same level of influence after so many years? The answer, he argues, is not found in the body. Every athlete ages. Physical abilities naturally decline. That is unavoidable. The real answer lies in the mind. The 23-year-old Messi relied heavily on explosive acceleration, incredible pace, and the ability to overwhelm defenders physically. The 39-year-old Messi succeeds differently. He understands space. He understands timing. He knows where the ball will arrive before anyone else. He predicts where defenders will move before they even decide themselves. That type of football intelligence doesn't disappear with age. If anything, it continues to develop. Perhaps that is why Messi appears almost untouched by time. Having coached him for years, Guardiola believes he understands how Messi thinks better than most people. Even so, he admits that what Messi continues to produce surprises him. Like nearly everyone else, he once believed that biology imposed limits no player could overcome. Messi continues challenging those assumptions. Perhaps those limits are more flexible than most people imagine, at least for a footballing mind unlike any other. In many ways, he continues redefining what seems possible. Now attention shifts toward the World Cup final. For Guardiola, this match tells a remarkable story. Argentina will face Spain. Messi is 39 years old. Across from him will stand Lamine Yamal, just 18. This is far more than a championship match. It is a meeting between two footballing generations. One player defined the previous 2 decades. The other may define the next 2. Time itself seems to be present in this final. Guardiola describes Yamal as a genuine phenomenon. He has said it before and sees no reason to change his opinion now. Watching Yamal reminds him of Messi's earliest years at Barcelona. The same courage, the same confidence, the same willingness to decide matches without fear. Seeing those 2 generations collide on the biggest stage in football is something that happens perhaps once in a generation, if football is fortunate enough to witness it. From a tactical perspective, Guardiola believes the matchup is fascinating. Spain represents collective football at its highest level. Every player contributes. Every movement fits within a clear structure. Argentina possesses something different. It has a player capable of breaking even the most organized defensive system through individual brilliance alone. The final, therefore, becomes a clash between 2 philosophies: collective organization versus individual genius. The fact that both have reached the World Cup final proves that either path can succeed at the highest level. Guardiola adds one final thought. What makes this match truly special is that it isn't simply Messi versus Lamine Yamal. Spain is a complete team that does not rely on a single individual. Argentina, while filled with outstanding players, naturally revolves around the influence of its captain. That creates the real tactical question heading into the final. Can Spain's collective structure contain Messi's individual brilliance? Or will Messi once again discover the spaces that so many opponents have failed to close throughout his career? That uncertainty is exactly what makes the final impossible to predict. Guardiola says he won't attempt to choose a winner. In matches of this magnitude, predictions often become meaningless. What he does know is that football is about to witness an exceptional final by every possible measure. Messi hopes to bring his World Cup journey to a legendary conclusion worthy of everything he has achieved. Yamal hopes to announce to the football world that a new era has truly arrived, and that the torch is beginning to pass to the next generation. Whatever the final score may be, football itself will emerge as the true winner. After reflecting on everything, Guardiola says one thought remains above all others. After so many years, Messi is still at the center of the football world. He remains the player everyone talks about. He remains the player around whom tournaments seem to revolve. Every touch of the ball still captures the attention of millions. The image of a 39-year-old Messi facing an 18-year-old Lamine Yamal in a World Cup final beautifully represents what makes football unique. It is a bridge connecting generations. Greatness is passed from one era to the next. Legends inspire those who eventually follow them. But true greatness is never forgotten, regardless of how much time passes. Messi's performance against England was more than an outstanding match. It was a reminder that football is still living through the career of one of the game's most extraordinary players. A player whose influence cannot simply be measured by goals or assists. Every remaining appearance is a moment that deserves to be appreciated. Because footballers like Messi appear only once in a generation. When they eventually leave the game, their performances become stories that future generations hear about, but can never fully experience. Those fortunate enough to witness his career should recognize the scale of what they are watching while it is still unfolding. One day, these moments will no longer be live memories. They will become football history.